Okay, we did a lot of work on tuxedo, and that was awesome. And God the Father owns all fashions, plural. Fashions equals the Father. Okay. God the Father is the King of all fashions for all time. And you can find, oh, it's glaring. There's your the. If you go that route, you can find an F plus an SH equals the. But look, the NS equals the, and then here's Father at the front of the word fashion. In fact, disturbingly, those letters are 6 in number and 12 in stroke that divide by 3, just like the 6 letters of Father. So, who owns all fashion? Well, clearly God the Father does. And he's not just one fashion. No, he's master of all fashions for all ages, both sexes, every hair color, every eye color, every look, every age, every race, every color, skin tone, every language, every tribe, tongue, and nation. God the Father is the King of fashions. So fashions equals the Father. Father's at the front of the word fashion. And then you can do a letter for letter. I mean, they start with FA. There's an H in there. Wow, the IO equals the FR. There's lots to see here. An S equals an AR. The A is in the same slot. You're just like, this SH in the center differs from, this is amazing. This SH obviously differs from the TH by a single point, and then the ER differs from the IO by a single point in the opposite direction. Like, it's just embarrassing how Father is sitting right in the front of the word fashion, fashionable, fashionings, fashions, and all forms of use of these letters worldwide. Okay, so God the Father is the name above all names, and he owns all the fashions. So fashions equals the Father. Done. So, I have been invited into the world of fashion. God's been giving me words like black hat equals Father. And so we were solving tuxedo earlier. You can check the data on these words that we were going through and marvel. Watch the previous video. We were solving tuxedos and ties and bows and all this stuff for Christ and Father, and it was absolutely brilliant. But we just jumped straight to the kisser now by solving the word fashions straight up. Okay, and of course the word clothes and the words clothing are both flawless for Father. Okay, I can review. Done. Okay, clothes and clothing. 3 plus 2 is a single plus 1. Rest letters divide by 3. This is Father plus 30. This is Father plus 24. It equals the Lord. Okay, but fashions. And then notice the plural as is, and styles is plus 1 for Father. Okay, styles equals the great 100, Father plus 42, and it's got the famous STS, which equals Father in the bookends. Genius. And I've seen God do this everywhere. This famous STS, like the stars, the stairs. STS equals Father. It's basically one of God's favorite trios of letters to spell his name, Father. And STS points to the letters of Father, TT, SAR, SFHE, done. So, fashions, styles. By the way, this equals 91. Father is on top of it. Okay. Clothes. And then I mentioned that the word suits also is plus 1. Amazingly, yeah, the word suits gets your S. See, there's a confirmation for you. So there's your STS for Father in styles and suits. And suits equals the great 88. So we found Father in styles and suits. And the same thing happens with shirts now, where you get this STS flanking. Shirts. Oh my gosh, if you're, oh yeah, no, pants, okay. All right, and then, you know, for the ladies, shirts and skirts, you know. Well, you get the STS Father bookending. Okay, so we're on a tear here with fashions. And we were solving all this terminology. It was all very easy and very simple for everyone to do. Blue groom. Groomsman. Tuxedo. Oh, that's funny. Cool. All right, we did a good job on that. Someone else fashions can take off in that world. We were, I want to go through this list. And we're going through Christ glorifying words with plus 2 in front, followed by, that's cool, by color, biff, bill, bio, bluff, blur, bokai, boffle, boil, boo, borak, box. Oh yeah, the box and the lid is one of the most simple, just like the bottle and the lid. This is one of the simplest sets to start anyone off. I don't know why it needs to be reset. But the lid goes on top of the box. Box and lid both parallel Father, or this parallels Christ, lid is Father. So you put the two together, and it makes it's chain linked and bookend with threes perfectly every step of the way. So this is like a perfect introductory elementary example to start people off in this study. The box is Christ. The lid is Father, because Father goes on top. And there are more boxes and lids in this universe than we can probably count. But that's a huge one, okay? It just occurred to me that shoe, laces, if you have laces technically on the top. Shoe, Christ, laces, top. Oh, shoe tongue is another example. Your shoe has a tongue that ends up on top. So shoe parallels Christ, tongue parallels Father, put the two together and you get a Christ-Father combo. And you can also say shoelaces, which is common on the lips of men. Oh, do up your shoelaces. Well, shoe goes to Christ, laces goes to Father, put those two together and you get this. Okay, that's an easy example. Box. A box has a lid. Very simple example. I love simple examples to get people into this. Brio. There was a magazine that my sister used to read, a Christian magazine. What does brio mean? What's the full flavor on that word? We're learning about Christ and Father as we soar through these words. I'm uploading video, so bro, sis, interestingly, is +2. Technically, this is interesting. A brother is less than the father. You could comment on that. Bro, broccoli, that was fun. Broccoli equals... Broccoli, if it's, you spell it with 2 C's, equals Christ. And I was preaching on that one. It was really fun because foods can be combined with everything. A broil, a buff, a buffo, a bull. A bull, horn, okay? So horn goes to Father. Bull horn. Interestingly, that reminds me of ram. Ram horn. Yeah. A bullhorn, a burl, a burr. A burrow. Oh, Cecil. Sal. Sali, cello. Oh, this cello. Put the bow on top. That's a Christ Father combo. Cello plus the bow. Chili pepper I've done before. I want to get some new ones. Chill. Oh yeah, I know what I want to do. Churl. Choric. Choir. Oh, choir song. Truth be told, I want to get down to the E's because that's the next +2 at the front. Alright, I'm just ready to take a break. The word error and correct. That's interesting. The word wrong and correct is a Christ Father combo. Wrong equals Christ, correct is Father plus correct equals the Lord. Not that he was ever wrong, of course, but it's the fact that there's, I don't know. Exilic, FBI, Felix, Fib, Phi, File, we did. Oh, now I want to get back into H's. Oh yeah, the word high. High, we say, is Christ. And then, hello. Or hey is Christ. Hello is Father. Hi is a gorgeous offset from Christ. I mean, it's same with the word hey. But the 2 letters exist in Christ. Oh, a hiccup. That's a fun one. Hiccup is a Christ Father combo, because up is a glaring Father word, and then hic is actually Christ with two C's, is Christ minus love. So hiccup is a Christ Father combo. Father gets the last word. Hiccup. I like that. That's very awesome. Hiccup. Christ Father combo. And letters and strokes. Chain linked and bookended with 24. It's like when you put Christ and Father together, it's always beautiful threes. 24 chain link, 24 bookends, 12 in here. Hic goes to Christ. Up goes to Father. Hiccup. Same thing with the word hillside. Christ Father combo. Hill, side. Simply the word hills is a Christ Father combo. But I'd like to get back up. Hurl, hello, H, hoof. Ooh, a hoof. A hoof, just like the word foot. The word hoof parallels the word foot. Identical in their design. So those, what's on top of the hoof? Well, the ankle. Interesting. A horse might wear a horseshoe. That would go on top as well. Horseshoe equals love, Father. Put that on top of the hoof. Okay. Hello, hurl, ice. Let's get to the next K. Kilo. Right, so kilograms is a perfect Christ Father combo. Krill and whale. Whales eat krill. Whale is screaming out Father, and the krill is screaming out Christ. Gorgeous, and they're both minus odd numbers. Yeah, krill plus whale. Lex. Let's go down to MNs. No and yes is like the easiest Christ Father combo, like the most famous of all. Same thing with nil. Nil, nix, no. Nil technically would be opposite some, or any, or one, or number, or thing. You know, all those words parallel Father. Nil points to Christ. Yea or nay, noir. Dark, what was that? Noir, noir. Even null, nullo. Whether oil, skip down to krill. Oh yeah, the quill, the ink in quill. Let me talk about that. Reflux, refill, recur, recoil, row, racer, riot, rift, rock. There's a lot to go through here, but I'm most curious at till. Oh yeah, cash at the till. Christ Father combo, beautiful. Toil work, toll, 2. That was fun getting into fashion because it's visual, like solving tuxedo stuff. A wolf parallels Christ. Aha, and then the howl, the wolf howl, just like the lion roar. And I remember getting a flood of these earlier where the name of the animal knits together with its sound to make beautiful threes, but now I understand so wolf howl is a Christ Father combo. Lion roar, Christ Father combo. Sheep baha or sheep bleat. Sheep bleat or sheep baha. Cow moo. But Father gets the voice. You see how Father takes the voice? Like the spoken word is how God created the universe. So this is very profound, this revelation. And I remember getting a revelation a long time ago where I had a huge list, I'll have to find it, of all the animals and the sounds that they make as printed, like the lion roareth, the wolf howleth, the sheep bleateth, the horse neigheth. And yeah, horse is Christ and neigh is Father. The pig oinketh. It gets really crazy. But Father gets the last word, which is the sound that they make. Even the word sound is +1 for Father. The pig oinketh. The, what did I just say? Ay caramba. The horse neigheth. The horse neigheth. The word neigh goes to Father. The word horse goes to Christ. Put the two together, it equals double love perfectly. There, we just solved the neighing horse. Whoa, this just got expensive. See, we just jumped to the spoken voices of things everywhere. Now, the bird chirpeth is a 3-3 double. You could say the bird singeth. Father gets the word sing. Okay, here we go. This is going to be really interesting. Well, there's just a few of them for you. Horse, neigh. Double love. Christ -12, Father -15. And flawless in their design. The horse neighing. Interestingly, the horse tongue would do the same phenomenon. And if horses have a larynx, like a voice box that's called as such, as in humans, all these parallel Father, the neigh, the lion roar. And okay. And you can go through the whole... To me, one of the funniest ones is that the pig oinketh. Pig parallels Christ, oink parallels Father. Put the two together. This is going to blow your mind. Pig oink equals love plus half love. Remember, Christ and Father is love, love, half love. In order. It's pretty obvious. Father gets the word oink, though. Alright. That's pretty darn fun. Okay. And the wolf howl. Wolf howl, lion roareth. Sheep bleateth. What is this bleating of sheep? Yeah, bleating sheep now equals the great 1, 2, 3 for Christ and Father, which I've seen everywhere for Christ, Father combos. Sheep bleating. If you want, you can say sheep buying. Ba. That'll work. But sheep bleating is the official. Interestingly, goats, plural, bleating would be similar. One, 3, 2, same digits. All right. So Father gets the word on the end, which we could say sounding, voicing, or exclaiming, or vocalizing, or speaking. All these are +1 words. Speaking. So all these are +1 words for Father, and singing, and crying. Okay, so the human voice really is king. Words are king. And so, not surprisingly, even the animals, neighing is Father, roaring is Father, oinking is Father, singing. Just keep finding Father in all those things. Just if the opposite is the same, find Father just the same. Like barking and all that stuff. Okay, you can solve more. That was pretty cool. Okay, that was fun getting into fashion. I like visual things. That's a great word, brio. Let's give this celebration the brio that it deserves. Oh, brio is Christ. Okay. Alright. Brio just like boost is Christ. Okay. I'm pretty happy with what we see in there. It might upload, see how the uploads are coming, and hopefully they're still going fine. Alrighty then. Yeah, it's just taking its time. Oh yeah, one of my favorite was the cow mooing. Cow moo is like the most obvious Christ Father example ever. Because you have the +2 for Christ on the end of cow and the +1 for Father in the front of moo. Well, moo is for Father. So cow is for Christ, moo is for Father. So cow is Christ minus 36, and moo is Father minus 15. But the letters are just glaring. Put the two together, you get 36 here, 30 there, and then another 18 there. Everything divides by 6, so that's a miracle. Cow moo equals 84 divides by 6, and 6 letters and 12 strokes. Chain linked with 36, bookended in 666, and 00 is 30 divides by 6. So, but I'm here to preach the deeper glory that the word cow points to Christ, and the word moo points to Father. So who created the cow's moo? Well, clearly the Father did, together with Christ. Isn't that amazing? But Father is on top. So isn't that profound? That the moo of the cow is exceedingly glorious. Like the words that you speak in this life, what you say, what verbally comes out of your mouth, your spoken words, that's pretty cool. Wow. Cool. The cow moo has been solved. And the pig oink. And the lion roar. And the wolf howl. And the horse neigh. Like all the most obvious ones. And then amazingly, snake parallels Christ. So what does the snake do? Well, it slithers. And it hisses. This is amazing. So the snake hiss is a Christ Father combo. And I got to pull up my old list where I went through, or I had a flood back in the day from the Lord of all the animals and all the sounds that they make, and how it all divided by 3. But now I understand why. Snake parallels Christ, hiss parallels Father. Snake, hiss, beautiful 3s. Or the snake also slithereth. You can also say things like the horse runneth. Runneth is Father, horse is Christ. Now you get beautiful 3s and stuff like this. And the horse neigheth, the horse paweth. Like, it's pretty amazing. That's gorgeous interleave, but this goes to Father here. But we're talking about the sounds. The horse neigheth is stunning. But the snake hisseth. The owl hooteth. Oh my goodness. The owl hooteth. Well, owl is +2 for Christ, containing a single +2, and the rest of the letters divided by 3. Owl equals cow. Or no, owl is 50. We just saw 50 somewhere around here. Oh, snake, sitting right there. Owl equals snake, but they both parallel Christ. And then hoot parallels Father. In fact, hoot equals Father. Well, this is a revelation for mankind. This is a revelation and a revolution in education. Owl is Father minus 27, or is Christ minus 27, and hoot is Father perfectly. And look at how hoot goes to the center of Father. Look at this. The TH, just beautifully, they literally cross-link into the center of Father, and then the OO equals the famous 30, which is the bookends of that. So Father equals hoot. There, we just solved the owl hoot. Well, who is the Father worshiping when the owl hoots? Well, clearly the Father. Hoot, hoot, Father, Father. Okay, that's actually what he's saying. He's saying, Father, Father, I worship you, I worship you. Hoot, 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 hoot. That's awesome. So the owl hooteth. Now, for the record, owl plus hoot equals double love perfectly. And remember, Christ plus Father is double love plus half a love. This is a hot one here. So snake plus hits is 3 points less. I might have to try and find that old list of what all the animals say. So wolf, howl. Now, it would be great to solve some of the cat meowing and stuff, but you have to poke around. It'll take a while. And dog, like woofing and stuff like this. Like, you have to be patient. Like, if it doesn't, like, all this makes beautiful threes. Like, you kind of knit these things all together sometimes. These are 3 plus 2s, which is curious to me. But there's plenty to be solved. It's not like I know it all. I'm just discovering what's obvious first, and mankind can work on it together for all the rest of it. So let's keep with the obvious here. A wolf and a howl. Now, if you say, now bird chirp both divide by 3. Now, I would say, I would cast a vote for both words being individually a Christ Father combo, because you have this plus 2 at the front, and you have this plus 1 at the back in both words. Okay? So that, and they both end in a single plus 1. Like, so I see Father taking the last word, or the last letter on the word bird, and the word chirp. And the word chirp clearly starts with CH, which is Christ. But Father gets the last letter. Okay, there's a couple letters of Christ in here. This B is plus 2, like the front of Christ. But I see bird being a Christ Father tiny package, just like the word chirp. Chirp equals love. That parallels what we've seen in Christ Father. Remember, Christ plus Father equals love, love, half a love. Okay, and so when we, like, gorgeous threes, in 135, 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times. So when I'm looking at the word chirp, and I see that chirp equals love, and I'm seeing it begins with Christ and ends with Father mathematically. Perfectly so. Like this PR equals the dead center of Father. And this CHI is like screaming out Christ. Okay, even this P parallels Father being minus 42 multiple 6. So I see chirp, which equals love, is a Christ Father condensed package. You know how when two men or ladies start a business and they say, what should we call it? Oh, we'll combine both of our names to make a new word. Well, that's what I see in the word chirp that God has ordained between Christ and Father, and the word bird. They're basically the same in their design. And bird chirp. So bird chirpeth makes happy threes, and it's just obvious. It's just pure threes. There's so many artistic effects binding these two together, but I see Father and Christ all over those ones. Okay. If you say the bird singeth, then sing goes to Father clearly, and then the whole thing is okay. Father offset. Okay. The cow moo was just hilarious. Cow moo, the snake hiss, the lion roar, wolf howl. Like these are the obvious. Now you get to some of those fun bugs like the crickets. I don't know. I don't know what you'd refer to that as. Chirping? Crickets chirp. Cricket, just like bird, divides by 3. So cricket chirp, in fact, equals 1, 2, 3. Pretty obvious to me. And you can just go through all the sounds. What does the eagle do? Scream? I don't know. The screaming eagle? The cawing eagle? Oh boy. What does the crow do? Because that's an obvious Christ one as well. The crow calls or caws. That equals the same thing as bird chirp. The crow calleth. I don't know. What does the crow do? Crow cawing? I don't know how it's spelled. I'm just exploring together with you folks. Okay. Well, we got some of the obvious ones. Speaking of birds chirping and then fish bubbling, both of these divide by 3. Every word. Pretty obvious. In fact, glaring. Bird chirping, fish bubbling. 117, 111. Pretty glaring. Oh boy. Well, it's all good and fun. Okay. We got some of the big ones that are pretty glaringly obvious. All right, that was fun. I don't know how we got. Oh yeah, we were going through this list here. Okay. Tuxedo parts, because what is on top? Father's on top. I'm almost there. We're so ready to take a break. There's been some epic finds in here. Let's just see if I can get some more words on tuxedo, because that was fun. The fact that we, what the? Solve tuxedo for Christ, and we're getting the +1s that go on top for Father. I'm uploading video, that's why. That's amazing. Like Father equals Hoot. Hoot. Like, and the owl hooteth. Hoot. I want to solve like different types of owl. Like what's the... Oh my gosh, the great... there's the great horned owl. Horns goes to +1, and then the great snowy owl, or the snowy owl, is everyone's favorite because it's nice and white. Snowy divides by 3, so it'll maintain offset. I don't know if you can call it the great if you want, but so now you say the snowy owl parallels Christ, hooteth, parallels Father, and that adds to 270 perfectly pure 3s. It's like, in fact, it's precisely double Christ and Father. Remember, Christ and Father is love, love, half a love. Well, the snowy owl hooteth is 5 loves perfectly. And disturbingly, like there's this famous pattern, and then where the slice in half effect yields the same 2 teams as the hopscotch effect. Okay, so the snowy owl hooteth. Well, to who? Well, hoot equals Father, and then owl parallels Christ, and then all this divides by 3. Cool. And then you have the African lion, which is a Father-Christ combo. Lion goes to Christ, African goes to Father. 1, 2. Oh yeah. I'm just going to spin a little tuxedo parts. And then maybe just for fun, most famous owls. Okay, let's just see if I can get more words. Oh yeah, the hanger. Hanger parallels Christ. Hanger. Christ minus 24. What was tuxedo? Christ plus 12. That's pretty amazing. But clearly the hanger is actually underneath. Let's see what other... I want to get a detailed diagram. Someone that's very technical in this language. Just give me the full label. Black tie. And obvious. Father, Father. Oh no, this is obvious. A black tie. Pff, of course. Well, the word black is Christ. And the word Father is tie. So it's a black tie affair, we say. So black goes to Christ. Wow, that is Christ minus 48. That's a perfect offset. 6s, 12s, 24s, you bet it. And then tie equals 34, which is Christ, which is Father minus 24. There, we're just solving every black tie in the history of the universe, and therefore every black tie affair that has ever happened and ever will happen. So Christ is here. Father gets the last word. Black is 48 minus from Christ, and tie is 24 minus from Father. King offsets, put them together. You get a lovely 3 fest as always, 63. 3 times, 7 fold 7, 3 times 3 times 3. It's a black tie affair, as it should be. And then you put these 2 words on top, and you see the beauty of these letters. The letters that divide by 3 make a perfect triangle, IC equals L. And then the letters that are all plus 2s are all on the bookends. And then the single A plus 1 is at the dead center of the word black. Okay, so there's the whole Trinity experience for you. So there you go, we solved every black tie in the history of the universe. That's fun. So what else is a part of a tuxedo? The notch lapel. The first notch lapel gained popularity in the 1960s. So for formal wear. Now formal wear is plus 1 for father. Let's get that on the table. And I believe, I could be wrong. Oh, evening wear is a 1, 2, 3 combo. That equals love father, formal wear. It offers a flattering V shape. Well, V is plus 1 for father. Have you noticed that V's are everywhere in fashion? Like, everyone wants a piece of the V. V here, V neck, V. Why? Because it draws your eye into centrality. It promotes, it emphasizes symmetry. Like, there's V's everywhere in fashion and in human anatomy. Well, I'm here to preach the sovereignty of the Father over the letter V. V is 22, which is gorgeous for Father. It's Father minus 36. It's basically like a king offset from Father. So there's V's everywhere in good fashion because they promote symmetry. So everyone's just putting V notches in everything these days because they just want them. Okay. It's called a notch lapel. Well, look at that. That's Father. Gorgeous. That's what it's called. This lapel offers a flattering V shape that points inward, where the collar and lapel, whatever you want to say it, collar and lapel are both one, because Father's on top. Meet the jacket, and the notch adds a fresh, stylish touch to the classic look. Well, of course it is. God is sovereign, so lapel, or lapel, is plus 1 for Father. In fact, it equals 46, an even number is Father minus 12. And what's, because Father's on top. Now, what's glaring about that, I mean, this is so amazing. Rejoice, folks. Look, the letters that divide by 3 equal each other. This is mind-blowing. I'm solving every lapel in the history of the universe, and the message is that Father's on top. So if I do an image search for lapel, okay, by the way, Google search parallels Father, but look at the A, E are in the same position, which equals 6. F plus R equals L plus L, 12, 12, 6 plus 18, it's so perfect. And then the P at the dead center, this is my new favorite word, it's so perfect. The P at the dead center differs from the TH by 12 points perfectly, providing your precise 12-point offset from Father, the name above all names. And yes, applause equals the Father in order. App, the, laws, Father. Applause equals the Father. So there you go, we've just solved every lapel or lapel, however you want to pronounce it, to the glory of God the Father. So let's reward ourselves with what we solved by doing an image search for lapel or lapel and just see how much God the Father takes the glory for in this tiny little package. I'm uploading video, which is why this will, so let's see what we've got here. There's a whole lot. And I would like to see what the definition, the current definition of lapel is, but clearly it references that which is on top. Oh, man. Yeah, it's basically the key elements of a suit, lapel, lapel, roll. So the overlap, I believe this, yeah. This whole fold, the word fold is perfect for Father. Ah, and anything that's on top is like a fold, like your collar is a fold of a shirt. And if you got aged skin, you will have folds in your skin because Father's on top. So fold is gorgeous for Father. So that's called the lapel, is this outer part. And then you can have a notch lapel, a peak lapel, or a shawl lapel. Well, what is amazing, so there's 3 different types. What is amazing is that Father gets the last word on all 3 types. And amazingly, all 3 of these words divide by 3. Notched, shawl, and peak. But then Father gets the last word, which is lapel. So Father gets the last word on your suit, my fine friend. Who's your daddy? Who owns your suit? Well, God the Father clearly owns your suit. Did you thank him for it? If you didn't, he might take it away from you and give it to someone else. Why should he give a suit to someone that doesn't thank him for it? Would I keep giving gifts to someone who doesn't thank me? Well, amazingly, God the Father says he is kind to the unthankful and evil, which is mind-blowing. But I would hazard a very good guess that he's extra kind to those people that thank him for the things they receive. Okay, so this is so exciting. We're in fashion land. I'm happy here because it's visual. Lapel. So notch, shawl, and peak all divide by 3, and then lapel, Father gets the last word. So let's appreciate... Oh my goodness, this is going to be fun. Let's open up these. This is fun. So we solve the lapel. Clearly it's this top part. Remember, Father's on top. So the lapel wraps all the way around... Excuse my zoom levels. The lapel wraps all the way around the back of the neck. So clearly the lapel is on top of every single suit jacket in the entire universe. And then collar is on the top of the shirt. So collar is perfect for Father, just like brooch, and just like tie. But lapel on the top of the suit is perfect for Father. Collar, Father. Lapel, Father. I need a good tuxedo. Well, I'm solving the worlds. Okay, so now we see this is a shawl lapel. That is, see, they really highlighted the lapel in dark black there. Oh man, we just hit a gold mine here. So, of course, hairs is +1. Hairs are on top. Let's scroll a little bit. So flowers +1 on top, but... Oh, this is, what is that called? Like, what would you actually call that item that sticks in top of the... Because pocket is +1. Handkerchief? Because I want to know the name of that, and we can solve that. Handkerchief. I know chief is Father, so Father gets the last word on handkerchief. So handkerchief is pretty easy to solve. In fact, handkerchief is +1 for Father. Genius. So if indeed you call that a handkerchief, which is what I would call it, it's perfect for Father. Now, if you're a waiter, you might have a washcloth, which is also perfect for Father. But handkerchief is really what it is. Now, if you're a scientist, you might have a calculator in there, and calculator is +1 for Father. So it all depends what you're into. But I'm just pointing out +1s that are most common. So it's a handkerchief. That, my friends, is a handkerchief. Oh my God! Everyone wants a piece of that brand, Lapel. Like now, there's companies, of course, that are all over this. Oh my! Well, this is cool. So this is what you call a hole. Like hole is +1 for Father. And then so buttonholes can be solved. Yeah, the word button is Christ. Wait a second. Oh, I just got a revelation. There, we solved the buttons and the holes. Oh, I just can't believe that didn't come to me until now. Yeah, the buttons are no good by themselves. They need the holes. So button plus hole is Christ plus Father. Let's get that on the table. You have the button, which parallels Christ, plus the hole, which parallels Father. And amazing one. Okay, so put that together, you get lovely 132, lovely 3 fest. Button is +15 from Christ. That's -18 from Father. Very balanced. Very balanced. And if you wanted, I will point out that because Jesus parallels Christ, you can also point out something so beautiful here that button plus hole equals Jesus plus Father. And the offset is perfect. So if Jesus parallels Christ, differing by just 3. So watch this. Button is exactly 18 higher than Jesus. Okay? And then hole is exactly 18 less than Father. So, button plus hole equals heaven on earth. Things are happy. That's how we complete the suit jacket. And it's all tied together for the glory of Jesus and the Father, or Christ and the Father. Okay? There it is. There it is. Just genius. Okay? And to pick another example with the word hole, in golf, you have the flag, and then you have the hole. Well, Christ takes the word flag, Father takes the word whole, put them together, it makes obvious threes, it equals 66. In fact, it equals exactly half the value of this buttonhole combo. Okay, so there's just another example for you in the world. Okay, so there you go. And we are solving suit jackets. So cool, lapels. The lapel is on top. Father's on top. There we go. Oh man, I want to solve the handkerchief now, because that is the style points right there. I mean, whatever handkerchief you got is saying a lot about you. Okay, especially if you do that. Okay, so handkerchief. Let's get that. I may need to make sure it's spelled nice and correct. We've got a lot of stuff uploading. So, and then we want to get these three terms in front of the word lapel, because they all provide offsets of threes on top of lapel, which was glaring for father. Okay. Now, I don't know why this is taking its sweet time. But let's just work with what we have. Man, it's fun solving all of these terms. It's so fun. Even the word width is flawless for father, lapel width. But that's the lapel. We started with the basic, key elements of a suit lapel. Putting it into the edge of the lapel. Lapel roll, the fall and curl of the lapel from the break of the collar to the first button. Lapel type, three main types: the notch lapel, the peak lapel, and the shawl lapel. Oh, so the peak does that real Elvis-like flare-up. I don't know if Elvis wore this or not. I'm just spewing. So the peak goes up, the notch just makes a V, and the shawl just keeps it smooth. Based on these, I like the shawl, but notched is pretty awesome too. The peak is quite striking. But let's get them all on the table. So we solved. So now we're going to get the spelling of the word handkerchief. Well, it's right there. Oh, this is so exciting. So exciting. So we've got father. Like, zoom, this is the find of the day. This has us hooked in this zone for a good while. Okay, so there's father taking the word lapel, because father's on top. So now you got three different types. You got the notched, you got the shawl, and you got the peak. And sometimes they don't put the ED on there. And sometimes they might add it onto these ones, I'm sure. Shawled, peaked, notched. So let's just see what threes these are. That equals 60, which is awesome. That equals 63, 3 points higher. And peak equals 33. Could any trio of numbers be any more screaming out threes than that? So gorgeous. So that when you talk about, now I will extend this, and if they call it notched, and that's 69. And so now, when we talk about a notched lapel, that obviously just keeps the party going for father. That's what I'm saying. It just adds more threes to the father fest. And so now you're at father plus 21, obviously. And then here you're at father plus, and so you understand how this works. You're at father plus 42 plus 51. And then here you're at father plus, well, obviously 57. Genius. Isn't that awesome? A notch lapel, a shawl lapel, a peak lapel, father, father, father. And then I would push it higher by sticking the word the in front. And then now you're going to make these all nice even number offsets from father. You're going to push this up to 90 nicely. You're going to push this up to 84. You're going to push this up to 54, which equals love perfectly. The peak lapel has been solved. The shawl lapel has been solved. The notch lapel has been solved, to the glory of Father, the name above all names, while glorifying the Trinity at large, maximally, in all these gorgeous offsets of threes. The peak lapel equals love Father. Okay. Genius. You can draw your own conclusions from the fact that this number is the highest, this is the lowest, whatever you want. Wow. Wow. And what, shawl, 2 plus 2 is 2 plus 1. Same thing in the word peak, so there's a balance there. Notch has majority plus 2s. Okay, so what else are we going to solve? Lapel, and then how do we compare lapel to collar? Fold is in there. Collar equals 61, 3 points higher than father, right. There's father in the end. And you can find lapel in collar by just popping off any one of these two L's, and now you have 46 sitting right there. It's just glaring how this points to father. A fold of any sort is father. Or notch. The lapel has been solved. A peak, so there's notch, shawl, wide notch. Now they're just talking about peak. Yeah, peak and notch lapel, different types of lapel. So let's solve the handkerchief, because that definitely goes on top. Oh, no, handkerchief. Okay, handkerchief ends in chief, which is father, based on the word hand, cur, chief. Okay. Well, there's a couple things to point out here. In that handkerchief, in full, as a full letter set, parallels Christ, and then that fits in your pocket, which is flawless for father. So if you, oh my gosh, there's the proof in the pudding. That equals triple love. I was hoping for something good, but I did not expect something that good. Handkerchief in the pocket equals triple love. Okay, now I'm here to tell you this is a Christ-Father relationship. Okay, because Christ plus Father equals love, love, half a love. Okay, Father, oh my gosh, this is just screaming it out. So